Hi, I'm Megan Moore, Associate Dean of the Honors College. So what is an honors contract? An honors contract is a way for you to earn honors credit in non-honors courses. Typically, this could be additional coursework. It could be doing a lab experiment. It could be doing a class presentation, possibly teaching a lecture, doing additional performance or another piece of artwork for your course. It's something that helps you delve deeper into the course material. In this video, you're going to meet faculty and students around campus talking about their favorite honors projects. Whether you are a new or seasoned faculty member or honors student, this video will help you think outside the box when trying to develop an honors contract for a course. Honors contracts can help students make the most out of their undergraduate career.
So I'd say one of my favorite honors contracts I did was in a public and nonprofit personnel administration class. I really liked it because I was able to pick a topic that I was passionate about. I decided to research more about how to get Black women and other women of color into government positions, government leadership positions. And the professor was just really helpful with that, helped me set up an interview with someone who is in HR and kind of does this stuff on a regular basis.
Hi everyone, my name is Rylan Lambert. I am an anthropology and history major, and I took a few honors courses, honors contract courses with my professor, Dr. Moore. I specifically worked on a project on bone mineral density and how it was impacted by hormone replacement therapy. It ended up turning into a bigger project, which I did for my McNair Scholars Project, or I'm working on for my McNair Scholars Project, which also talks about how hormone therapy impacts the growth of the human clavicle.
Hi, I'm Chris Gellish. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Geography and Geology, and I have done contract honors with several students in the Honors College, and a couple of them I've done for my ESSC 448 hydrogeology course, which is an upper level course. And what I do is I build on some of the labs that the students do looking at soil permeability, and they do a permeability lab, but then for the contract honors, I take them out to a field site. They actually collect their own soil samples with an auger, they bring them back, they have to then put them and build them in the permeameter, run the experiment, collect the data, and then actually figure out what the hydraulic conductivity is of these samples, and then write up a paper using that real world data that they collected. And this shows them, instead of just looking at things academically, how things apply in the real world. And I think they really like it because there's the field data, there's the field sample collection, there's the lab work, and then there's the write-up for it. So they see the whole scientific method through the whole process.
And do any of these turn into senior theses?
Yes, actually I have a student right now who's doing her senior thesis, and she's going to take my hydrogeology class in the fall, and we're going to do a similar type project like that for her contract honors, but it's also involved in your senior thesis as well.
Hi, my name's Haley. I'm a data science and analytics major. My favorite honors contract that I have done so far is one that I'm actually currently working on. It's a research paper on the lack of women in the technology field. This has not only given me the opportunity to dive deeper into my actual course, which is Women in Business and the role of women in the work field, but it's given me the opportunity to apply it to a field that I'm going to be working in.
The projects that I have seen in the School of Nursing that have been used in courses that were contracted for honors credits. For example, some students decide to create a PowerPoint presentation on a clinical topic that is important to them, whether it is dealing with a population such as adults, pediatrics, OB/GYN, mental health. They will expand on a topic within that category, such as a chronic disease, perhaps it's diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and they will create a PowerPoint that examines the disease itself, the disease process, treatment options, medications to use to treat those diseases, communication with the patients and families, outcomes that can be expected. Students will then upload that presentation to possibly a YouTube video and share it just with the group. They will have a post-conference where they actually present it. Other examples would be a student creating a patient brochure, an educational brochure on a disease topic, or maybe a medication classification, such as various blood pressure medications and why they would take this medication, what it's to treat, how often they would take it, side effects, adverse effects, and complications to watch for, and how to monitor perhaps maybe their daily blood pressures along with those meds. Another example is a brochure on diabetes. What is diabetes, the different medications to treat it, health promotion, information to prevent long-term complications. Another example would be a student going out into, like if they were in pediatrics, they would go to an elementary school and do a lesson on injury prevention. So maybe talking about the students and sharing how to wear a helmet when you ride your bicycle, and how to wear your seatbelt in the car in case you're in an accident to avoid injury, how to, with parents, maybe storing the cleaners out of reach of their toddlers so they don't get into the chemicals and ingest them. So those would be a lot of health promotion, injury prevention type of things.
One opportunity that came from the student presenting at the undergraduate symposium with other students in the Honors College was an offer from Africology and African American Studies to contribute to their journal, which is called Liberate. And it's a journal that accepts poetry and research and art. And it was very, for me as a faculty member, I was quite impressed with all of the students who presented during this section. And for one of the editors of Liberate to approach us afterwards and ask for Abigail to include her work in their journal, it was, a high point for both of us. And afterwards, her family said, well, what does this mean? I said, it means that, Abigail will graduate with a publication under her belt. And when she applies for graduate school, that will make her application, it will stand out above the others. So that's something that sets her apart. And it was very exciting to see her family just light up, and Abigail was just like, wow, that, this is, really setting me on my path to where I want my, to where I see myself in the future as, I said, an emergent scholar.
The most interesting honors contract that I've done, actually I'm doing it right now, is for a marketing consumer behavior class, where I'm a huge car person myself, and I was very interested in looking more into how consumer perceptions of cars are changing, because we all think about cars very differently than we did, let's say, in 1980s or 1950s. Cars are much different now, so I enjoy getting to look at different articles about how consumer perceptions of cars are changing, as well as surveying a lot of people around here at Eastern Michigan to see how they use their cars and how they fit into their daily lives. So to me, that was a very interesting honors contract to do, because it coincided with my own interests as well as the class's topic of research, and it just made the experience of the class a lot more interesting to me, where we get to learn more in depth about the material.
Additionally, I like to make sure that there's not a box that we try to have an outcome predefined. I want the students to be able to explore. I want them to have a general understanding of what they're trying to do before they attack a project, but at the same time, I don't want the box to determine the outcome. I want part of the process to be part of that outcome. Process is an important part of what we do with creative projects. So explaining the process, and at the same time talking about the outcome and allowing the outcome to evolve will make a more fulfilling and more impactful project.
Hi, I'm Sydney Dew. I'm a senior here at EMU within the Honors College, and I've done a few different honors contracts, but the one I think I enjoyed the most was a presentation and I believe a motivation and perception class. And the presentation included elements of IELTS psychology, which that is my future interest in the master's program that I applied to. So it sort of entailed looping in certain aspects of motivation to contribute to current workplace issues such as, making people feel comfortable and the different elements that contribute to people outputting certain things within a workspace. So within that presentation, it was a slideshow that completed using PowerPoint, and I just kind of sort of linked in certain elements of the class relating to motivation and how that translated to working industries in psychology.
So how do you complete an honors contract? The student and faculty member will meet during the first or second week of the semester to decide on the honors contract idea. The student then writes a paragraph adding specific details about what the end project will be, what the timeline and the due dates will be. The student then submits this to the forms page of the Honors College website. Please be sure that you enter in the faculty member's email address correctly, or it may delay the process. The deadline for fall is October 15th, and the deadline for the winter semester is February 15th. I look forward to learning about all of your fun and inspiring honors contracts.